exactly do you learn in JROTC?
We learn mostly leadership and how to communicate with each other, build self-esteem, confidence, mostly.
We basically learn how to become family and work well with one another, and then like build a future or help our better future become better leaders. So
Can you tell me something about JROTC that not many people know about?
It's not real scary. Most people think it's all about getting yelled at. It's very not. It's simple. Do what you do. Know your knowledge, mostly. You need to know knowledge. Just be yourself. A lot of people try and be somebody different, and it messes with their head, and then they end up getting yelled at. Just be yourself.
I'm gonna build on what he said. Basically, it's not just about the screaming. It's not about all military. It actually helps you further how well you are as a leader in general. So like if you want to be a manager for a job, you can have better leadership capabilities. Like we have things called billets, which are basically the jobs. So each billet gives you a different job, and it helps you be able to learn more about how to be a leader.
Can you tell me what your first year was like?
Now, I'm a transfer from middle school, so I was originally from Redland. But from transferring from there to here, it was tough because there is an Army ROTC and they teach totally different ways. So I was trying to know wrong from right from the way they do it here and the way they did it there. So, I mean, it went smooth, but I had some rough patches, but I was able to overcome those patches and become who I am today.
My first year was not as bad as everybody would think it would be. Yes, there was a lot of yelling, but Master Sergeant had to instill the discipline into us so we knew what we were doing. While he taught us, he would be like very strict, but once we started getting used to it, he started getting more laid back with everything, and he just started like not making a friendship with everybody, but he started trusting us more and knowing what we'd be able to do.
Have you changed from your first year to your last?
That's a definite yes. I've gained a lot more confidence in myself, better strength, more knowledge, definitely. I got to meet him, great friends now. I mean, I meet new people every day. I mean, it's simple stuff, but yes.
I basically built a family with the JROTC. So when I first showed up, I didn't know really anybody. All I knew was it's JROTC, it trains you. I didn't know what it was about. I was just little tadpole in high school. I showed up for freshman year later than usual because I was a transfer from a high school in Kansas. And so when I showed up, I learned that it was the JROTC here. And so my first year here was my sophomore year. So when I showed up, I didn't know anything about what I wanted to do in the future. And throughout the years that I've been in the JROTC, I've changed how well of a leader I am, and then I figured out where I want to be in life.
Do you plan on entering the military? What branch and why?
I do, and actually my dad and brother were in, and that's who I mainly look up to besides him. I plan on joining the Marine Corps here shortly, but I mean, like I said, just do you, really.
I was going to originally. I was debating on what branch I was going to join. I went from Navy my first and second year. Then this past year I was going to join the Army. And then I decided I was going to go to college and pursue law enforcement. And then later on try to work with the FBI.
What's the worst thing that happened to you while in JROTC?
Getting screamed at badly by Master Sergeant during PT and inspections.
My worst thing was my first inspection. I showed up and I didn't have the best looking uniform because I didn't know how to wear it because I had missed a couple days. So I showed up and he was basically, what a knife hand is he was doing this, right? And he was doing that to a lot of people. He was not yelling, but his voice, his inflection of his voice, he was practically doing that, but he doesn't yell at people unless it's at PT. But the worst thing that happened was my inspection. I got yelled at, basically, and basically I was given a failing grade. So that's basically the worst thing that's happened to me was failing an inspection.
Did you get promoted this year?
I have, yes. I got promoted to 1 rank, yes.
I was promoted at the beginning of the year to second class petty officer, and then just recently, like 3 weeks ago, I was promoted again to first class petty officer.
Okay. How has JROTC changed your life?
It changed me by making me a better leader, like I said before, building more confidence in myself, being more physically aptitude and running, more self-esteem, and a better leader.
It's molded me into the person I am today. If I wasn't in the JROTC, I don't know what I would be doing. I'd probably be trying to figure out where I want to go. But the JROTC kind of pushed me in the direction I wanted to go. I found out that the military wouldn't be as bad as I thought it was going to be, like knowing what you need to know, doing what you need to do. But I think the JROTC has pushed me to where I want to be, so that's how it's shaped me.
Alright, and what advice would you give to the upcoming cadets that plan on joining?
Like I said before, just be yourself. Don't try and act as if you're big and bad. Just be yourself. Like I said before, just know your stuff and just be confident. It's not that bad, really.
The advice I would do is I would at least try it to everybody. Try it out. If it's not for you, then that's okay. But at least try to tough it out for the year, because I tell you what, it's a benefit in my life, definitely. There's a lot of cadets in the JROTC who have gone to the military because JROTC has pushed them in the way that they want to go. They didn't know what they wanted to do their freshman year, and now we have seniors that are shipping off to the military here soon. So I say to basically just be yourself, like what he said, and be confident in what you want to do. Even if you don't know what you want to do, just you'll figure it out along the way.